in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Mike, you talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
The final game of the elimination round takes us to the SGS Foundation Gymnasium as we have our triple header for today to close out the elimination round of the Filbasket Summer Championship presented by Puregold. Dito na po magtatapos yan. Our first game, AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers taking on the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, and then later on the Danao City MJazz Zenith taking on the All-Star Bacolod Ballers Bingo Plus. And in the final game, could there still be playoff implications in this one? Muntinlupa Angeles Resort EOG Cooley taking on the ICC Blue Hawks. And it all comes down to today. Lahat po ng laban na yan. All of our games have playoff implications. Good day to everybody. My name is Noel Zarate, working alongside Nico Aaron Quintong. Of course, also joined at courtside by Megan Cabrera, who has really braved the heat to be here today. So, pag-uusapan natin. Hi, Megan. We're just talking about
Hi,
you.
Noel and Nico. Very happy to be working with you on this loaded game day.
Well, we'll hear more from Megan later on as we get into the nitty-gritty of our first game here. Nico, our first match will be the AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers taking on the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. A lot riding on this game, not only for both teams, but for other teams as well.
Oh, that's right, Sir Noel. I mean, both of these teams are such talented teams looking to make their mark in the playoffs. But this game matters for both of them because they want a chance to be able to get that twice-to-beat advantage.
And as we take a look at the last game, of course, nitong kupunan ng AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers, the Cavs actually were down 22 in this one. Were able to force overtime and eked out a 104-102 victory against the Muntinlupa squad.
Well, this Makati team, Noel, has always been a team not going down without a fight. They were down early, but they fought back and they did their best to win that game. All-around team effort para dito sa Makati.
Jake Diwa has been on a tear. Tandaan natin, they were on a 3-game losing streak, now on a 2-game winning streak. And look at that, this guy's averaging over 30 points a game.
I mean, I've said this all throughout the season, Noel. This guy, Jake Diwa, he could definitely ball. 31 points versus AMA, 30 points versus EOG. He could definitely be one of the offensive keys for Makati moving forward.
And he was actually quite quiet in that game against itong kupunan ng Muntinlupa, but caught fire towards the end, just in time, of course, to pull it out in overtime. Now, for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, they have come off a loss last night against the Nueva Ecija Capitals. But, of course, the important game is this one. You can see that 92-81. This one, if they win here today, they could secure a twice-to-beat advantage in the quarterfinals.
Yes, that last game they had 34 rebounds, 17 assists, and 37 bench points. So the bench points are still the good numbers for Pasig, but a win here, Noel, would do a lot for them. This is a very crucial game for them moving forward.
Jun Manzo, of course, was the hero for, well, actually leading the charge yesterday with 15 points. A badly depleted Pasig squad. They did not have Jello Vito, Jeric Teng, actually not even JM Gonzalez and Rob Manalang. The good news is Rob Manalang is playing here today. But again, pagdating sa height, Pasig is definitely undermanned here against the Cavaliers.
Oh, definitely. I mean, they will have to speed things up and see different angles in the game where they could actually beat the Makati Cavaliers. But guys like Rob Manalang, as you see on your screens, and June Manzo, they are actually key components to this Pasig team. They make them guard heavy, and they are a threat if they get going.
Let's send it over now to Megan Cabrera, who's catching up right now with Dave Moralde of the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors.
Salamat. Well, and kasama nga natin ngayon si Dimo, Dave Morales. Dave, your team has had a roller coaster ride here in Filbasket, people going in and out due to injuries and other matters. But today, you will be competing to go into the playoffs to have that spot. So, ano ang masasabi mo? How will your team be attacking this game today?
As we all know, dami namin injured na players. So basically, everyone needs to step up in after first goal. So yun lang, compete and give our best.
Yeah, and meron ka rin history, Dave, na mga injuries yourself. But this time around, you've proven, you've bounced back up, you've come back stronger. So can you tell us more about that?
Nag-pause lang ako sa rehab nung na-injured ako last Filbasket tournament. So yun lang, nagpa-condition lang ako and good thing na nakabalik ako ng game ko.
Maraming salamat, Dave. Good luck to you and your team. Back to you, Noel and Nico.
Thank you very much, Megan Cabrera, who will be working the sidelines the whole game today. Without further ado, let's kick this triple header off right here at the SGS Foundation Gym with our courtside announcer, Ken Pangilinan, who will introduce everyone.
Magandang hapon mga Filbasket. This is the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship presented by Puregold. This is the first game of our triple header featuring the AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers versus the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Let's meet the starters first for your AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers. Starting at guard, 6 feet from San Beda University, number 4, Villahermosa. Also at guard, 5'8", from the University of Perpetual Health System, Downtown, number 11, Keith Pido. At center, 6'3", from Adamson University, number 20, John Colina. At forward, 5'10", from Southern City Colleges, number 30, Darwin Cordero. And at the other forward, 6'1", from Olivares College, Tagaytay, number 14, Jake Tiwa. Their head coach is Ronnie Kanding. And down the starting lineup for your Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. At forward, 6'2", from the University of the Philippines, number 0, Dave Moralde. Also at forward, 6'3", from Centro Escolar University, number 12, Tyrone Chan. At center, 6'3", from Pasig Catholic College, number 17, Lester Tamayo. At guard, 5'6", from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 4, Ryan Costello. And at the other guard, 5'9", from the University of the Philippines, number 13, June Manzo. Their head coach is Bong de la Cruz. Our game officials, crew chief Uel Tolentino, umpire 1 Eric Mapanag, and umpire 2 John Camilo.
All right, the starters have been introduced for both squads. At makikita nga natin dito, Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, their center is 6'3". The good news is, para naman di sa kupunan ng Cavaliers, their center is also 6'3", in John Colina.
Oh yes, it's definitely going to be a battle in the paint. When you have two centers with the same height, Noel, it makes for great entertainment inside.
Well, it's going to be entertaining, of course, how these teams battle it out. Tandaan natin, itong kupunan ng AFP FSD Makati, if they lose here today, they could drop all the way down to the number 6 position. And well, nothing is going to be set in stone until we get the result of our second game between itong kupunan ng Danao City and Bacolod. But this one, you just need to win this to get a twice-to-beat advantage.
That's right. Basically, Noel, both of these teams in control of their destiny, but a mix of faith as well, because they have to hope that the other teams win or lose later.
Here's the pass inside for Omar Villahermosa, broken up here by June Manzo. So the Realtors are in green and the Cavaliers are in white. And this is actually the first time I've been back in this gym since 2018.
Wow, does it feel good to be back?
Well, it's still as hot as I remember it. And here's the pull-up that is going to be missed on the first attempt here by Pido, who's getting the start here today. So it will still be the Cavaliers basketball. We like to call them the Cavs. Para naman at least meron tayo. Cavs against the Realtors in this one. Colina had a great game in the win against Muntinlupa. Darwin Cordero, nowhere else to go right now. Shot clock at 5, almost taken away. Colina, no look pass inside to Cordero, who gets it on the reverse.
Oh, that was a beautiful pass by Colina to Cordero. Amazing cut there by Cordero, recognizing he had the lane inside. Terrific off-ball movement.
Darwin Cordero, the Zamboanga native, of getting the first 2 points of this game. In the meantime, there's the former Stag, Ryan Costello, hitting itong si June Manzo on the fall away. And June Manzo picking up from where he left off yesterday.
June Manzo, he could do that all day. Beautiful jumper there by June Manzo.
Lots of implications dito, Nico. Tandaan natin, Pasig is actually towing 2 teams here into the playoffs, win or lose. If Pasig wins here today, that will eliminate Atami Sardines Zamboanga from the playoff picture as we take a look at this last drive here by June Manzo. A Pasig loss here today will actually eliminate itong Kupunan ng Muntinlupa. We'll explain as we go along because there are a lot of quotients, a lot of ties that could happen directly from this game as Jan Colina gets his first field goal.
Strong move by Jan Colina inside, a big man who could pass, but he also has that fancy footwork inside the paint.
And he had a classic game in their last outing against Muntinlupa. In the meantime, Manzo gets stripped. Recovery now made here by Villahermosa. They're on the run. Jake Diwa keeps it himself. Can't get it to go. Good defense there by Tyrone Chan.
We see Makati, Noel, they're not a team that usually likes to run.
Yeah.
But right now, they're starting off really quick, and that's something you could look forward to all throughout this ball game.
Tyrone Chan, he's listed as the power forward in the starting lineup with a miss. Lester Tamayo with the follow-up. Still nothing there. And you like it, though, however, that Pasig is crashing the boards even if they're giving up so much height.
Oh, that's right, Noel. I mean, you do not have the height on your side, but you always want to remind your opponents, hey, we could still get nitty and gritty inside the paint and remind you that we may not have the height, but we do have the physicality. So great job by Pasig.
No Jeric Teng, no Jello Vito in the lineup. JM Gonzalez also not in uniform, so they're giving up a lot of height. We have yet to see Josan Nimes and Jason Ballesteros in this game. In the meantime, June Manzo will be tagged for the reach-in. And that will give the shot clock a reset to 14 seconds. 7:48 to go here in our first quarter. Diwa, quick release.
Jake Diwa, smooth jumper, as smooth as butter there by Jake Diwa. He could hit from all angles.
Is actually an Air Force man. Halo-halo na. Last year it was just the Army players joining the FSD squad, but now you have also a bunch of guys from the Philippine Air Force. As Ryan Costello heard the whistle, hurled it up. That's good thinking there. Para kay Costello, the foul will go against Pido.
That's great presence of mind there by Costello. He knew he got the contact, so he immediately went up in the air to get 2 free throws.
So Ryan Costello, as you can see, our president and co-founder of the Filbasket in attendance once again. Di lang nakita naka-short si Comjay ngayon. Medyo mainit eh.
Yeah.
And of course, we'd like to thank Cantigo Scoreboard Multi-Sports Scoring Solutions. Namiss ko si Tikboy ah. Si Tikboy nagre-reklamo mainit daw. Sanay na siya sa aircon. Of course, we will be back at the San Jose del Monte Bulacan Sports Complex on Monday for the start of the quarterfinals. And Jesmar Villahermosa, who had a spectacular game also in the comeback effort against Muntinlupa, scores his first 2 points.
Oh, if we get a replay of that later, that was a tough shot by Villahermosa. I mean, when you watch it in game, it doesn't look as tough, but that was smooth.
How about a smooth stroke there coming from Tyrone Chan, one of the 3 holdovers from the old Pasig Santa Lucia squad in the Filbasket bubble in Subic, and there's another one coming from Villahermosa.
Okay, Villahermosa, we see you, that hesitation jumper.
So Villahermosa with back-to-back baskets. A little bit of pressure being shown by Cordero, easily broken here by the green shirts. Manzo finding Chan, same spot, this time a different result. And Moralde left open from the same spot. And one of the reasons why Pasig Santa Lucia is in a lot of games is because of their 3-point shooting. Colina, center post against Tamayo. Can't go anywhere, and it's going to be a 3-second violation. Good defense again by Lester Tamayo.
Lester Tamayo staying disciplined on that play right there. He did not move his feet, kept it chest to chest with Colina, forcing Colina to turn the ball over.
Let's send it over this time to Megan Cabrera.
Noel, dating magkakampi sa Adamson, ngayon rival coaches na sa larong ito. Coach
Seem to have a technical problem with Megan's microphone. Can't hear her report. So we'll get back to Megan in just a bit, ano? Pero tama, no? Dalawang former Falcons going up against each other and the sidelines. But so far, it has been the Cavaliers up by 2. Pido finding Jake Diwa once again. Matchup here against Tamayo. Diwa can't get the fall away.
And Makati, Noel, they're doing a lot of weak side action on Jake Diwa.
Yeah.
Really looking to utilize his ability to score the basketball. So smart set offense there by Makati.
Well, if you're averaging 17 points a game and 7th best in the league in terms of scoring, they're definitely going to try to stop you as Diwa gets the rebound off the miss by Costello. Here's Darwin Cordero. Tries to bully his way in. The first move he got away with, but when he continued with that drive, doon na siya natawagan na charging.
And Ryan Costello staying very disciplined. But let's take a look at what happened there. Dropping the shoulder and Costello just timing that perfectly, forcing the turnover.
One of the, of course, the advantages that you learn when you're a small guy playing basketball is how to draw charges from the big guys.
That's right, Noel. I mean, that's one advantage you have. You're quicker on your feet, so you could get to your position and spot much better.
Costello getting it inside to Lester Tamayo on an extra pass this time to Tyrone Chan.
And that's what you gotta love if you're Pasig. You force a turnover and then you convert offensively. So terrific play there by the Realtors.
So far, tit for tat dito. Parang pa-jab-jab lang magkabilang kupunan. Past the halfway mark of this first quarter. Diwa, he'll occasionally shoot the three, but not as much. And nobody leaking out on defense as Tamayo couldn't handle it, and June Manzo will put it away.
Nice. Amazing fake there by June Manzo, faking the pass to Tamayo and then taking advantage of the glass.
Pasig Santa Lucia now has picked up a 2-point lead as we take Wilson the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship. Costello on the run right now. They don't have the numbers, but Costello has the speed advantage almost. And it's tapped away by Cordero. So 18 to shoot now for the green shirts. Pasig Santa Lucia has had a roller coaster season. In fact, Nico, as we see June Manzo get away again. A 3-point play opportunity. Boy, Manzo has been on fire here in the first quarter.
Definitely. June Manzo doing it on all angles, getting the cut and the foul and one.
As the replay brought to us by Smart Simples, Smart Ako. June Manzo, of course, played his high school ball in the University of the Visayas, one of the baby Lancers to come out of that program before moving over to the University of the Philippines. 3-point play completed and an early timeout requested by Ronnie Kahanding. The Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors up by 5, 15-10. We'll step away. We'll be right back. Let's take a look at the team standings right here. Tanduay, of course, lording it over the field. They had a bunch of close games towards the end, but they still remained undefeated. And of course, ICC with a chance to get their first win later on. But look at the middle of the pack here, Nico.
Yeah, seeds 4 to 8, Noel. These are crucial for all of these teams in between those 4 to 8 seeds. That's why a win here for either Makati or Pasig would make a big difference, not only for them, but for all the teams as well.
Tandaan natin that Bacolod also has a game later on. But if Bacolod actually loses to Danao, that will really complicate a lot of things. We could have 5 teams tied at 6 and 5. Let's see how this develops, though. Coming off the Ronnie Canting timeout, here come the Cavaliers. Going cross-court now, Darwin Cordero can't get the baseline. Shot clock at 2. They gotta put this up. Cordero is not aware, or he was just a tad late.
And you gotta credit the defense of Tyrone Chan on that play, Noel. Usually when you have a smaller guy on you, that's a mismatch in advantage of the smaller guy. But Chan kept his footwork going, forcing the Makati to turn that ball over.
Filbasket is brought to us by Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation. A productive effort here for the green shirts. And here come the Cavaliers once again. On the penetration, that is well defended once again by Tyrone Chan. Villahermosa. And the rebound picked up by Tamayo.
Makati, they're a good team, but I really feel they're rushing their shots early in this quarter. They could slow down more, get high-quality looks.
3 and 15 remaining here in the first. Manzo still on the floor. Manzo can't get that done. Tamayo with the offensive rebound and the stick back.
Oh, Tamayo, just a man amongst boys in that play. Did not settle for that layup. Got the second chance bucket.
And largest lead of the game right now para sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, 17-10. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the first. Joffer Custodio seeing his first action of the game, the skipper of the squad. Cordero left open for three. And that one does not bounce in.
And Pasig doing a terrific job, Noel, of forcing Makati to shoot from outside. They're letting them rush their shots.
Happily is available via delivery and takeout sa grab. Costello, cross court, Manzo again. And Costello, how about that? 5'6" with the offensive rebound against his own defense.
And that's just all hustle if you're Costello. Heart over height.
Moralde on the penetration, napasabit si Villahermosa. And Dave Moralde gets to the free throw line. And I was during Megan's report earlier, Dave Moralde actually had injury issues when he played in the Subic bubble last year para sa Kupunan ng Medical Depot. But has actually played all of the games of Pasig so far in the Summer Championship. And tanda natin, Nico, that Pasig actually started their campaign on April 1. In short, they're playing all 12 of their games in one calendar month.
That's crazy, and credit that to the coaching staff, to their crew for really taking care of these players. But guys like Dave Moralde, playing with an injury, not 100%, but still fighting through everything. And you have to commend the effort by all players here.
9-point lead now for the Realtors as Jason Ballesteros, one of their legit bigs, at 6'7" out of San Sebastian, is in for the first time. Former Gilas player as well, joined by Josan Nimes. So you got two former PBA players on the floor right now para sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. And that's another former PBA player right there, Joffer Custodio, missing his first attempt. So exactly 2 minutes remaining dito sa ating first quarter. Manzo tries to toy with the defense, finds Chan once again. Lalapit si Tyrone. And it's short. Tanda natin that Makati FSD or FSD Makati Cavaliers have not scored in about 3 minutes of game time, and they continue to be scoreless. Good boxing out there by Nobby Lucero, who's seeing his first action of the game.
Makati's a good team, Noel. I've always admired the way they were able to move the ball around. But in these past few possessions, they've just been rushing their shots too much. They have to be able to move the ball, not settle for outside shots. It hasn't been clicking for them in the three-point line. So they have to look to get in the paint.
That's more than 3 minutes scoreless already. But however, a turnover forced by Diwa and into the front court. That's Lordy Casajeros getting it over now to John Formento, and finally a basket for the Cavaliers.
There you go. As I said, get in the paint. That's exactly what it did in the last play. Casajeros giving it to Formento, sharing the ball and settling for the high percentage look.
Manzo, the only starter left on the floor, and he hits the three.
Dang, June Manzo, Noel, this guy's a walking bucket. He could definitely score it from all angles.
Scored 15 the last game. He's up to 9 points already here in the first quarter alone. Chad Alonzo, the veteran out of Adamson. I have to check myself. It's actually Tyrone Chan is still in there as one of the starters para sa Pasig, and they force the turnover as Alonzo goes down. Nimes against Custodio. Pick and roll does not work. They get it out to Manzo once again. June Manzo. Another rebound here for Pasig. Less than 30 seconds remaining here in the first. The lead is 10 for the Realtors. Manzo, Lucero, shot clock winding down to the shoot. Lucero lalabas pa kay Nimes, and Josan's not going to be able to get it off in time.
Terrific defensive discipline there by Makati. They knew Manzo had a hot start, closed out on him, got the double coverage real early, so that forced Makati to turn the ball over.
And a chance to get the last shot now for the Cavs. Lordy Casajeros magbababa ng bola. They got 10 seconds left. Alonzo, 7 seconds left. Backdoor cut, and there's the reverse para kay Lordy Casajeros. And that's how it will end. In quarter number 1, Pasig led by as much as 10, but the last basket by Casajeros will cut it down to 8, 22-14. Let's take a look at that. Happily assist delivery of the game, Joffer Custodio, moving well without the ball. Ito si Lordy Casajeros, of course, brought to us by Happily, which is available via delivery and takeout sa grab. 8-point lead for the Realtors as we head on to quarter number 2.
Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay.
Back with us here at the SGS Foundation Gym in G. Araneta, Quezon City. And this is the site of the final day of our Filbasket Summer Championship presented by Puregold. The elimination round comes to an end here today. So far, Nico, we already know that 3 teams are not going to make it to the playoffs. The 2 college teams, of course, the ICC Blue Hawks, AMA, online education. And yesterday, with the loss of Danao City, they are out.
Yes, and that's why those teams, you have ICC playing later, they just want to finish this tournament strong. A win would do a lot for their confidence, really. But this game right now is crucial for both of these teams, Noel.
Yeah. Also for itong kupunan ng Atami Sardines Zamboanga, pati na rin sa Muntinlupa EOG Cooley. As Rob Manalang opens the second quarter with a 3-point shot, and he made it, so it's an 11-point lead, now the largest for the Realtors, 25-14.
And Rob Manalang, he's had that ability to shoot the 3 ever since his college days with Adamson. So that's something Pasig could look forward to moving forward.
Lordy Casajeros caught for a 3-second violation. Nothing really going right now for the charges of Veronica Anding, as he and the assistant coach Sunny Manukat trying to figure out how to break this. Look at the rebounding edge for Pasig, the smaller team, with 8 more rebounds in that first quarter, Nico.
And it's all about heart over height, Noel. It's all about the hustle, the effort, and credit that to guys like Ryan Costello, the smallest guy on the court, but he has so much heart when he plays. So terrific job by Pasig, out hustling Makati so far.
Terrific job also for the Cavaliers to find that mismatch of Casajeros against the shorter Ryan Costello. Here is Josan Nimes pulling up, and the rebound secured by Chad Alonso.
Nice. Now Makati, Noel, they're down by single digits only. They could put a run here that would bring a lot of momentum on their side.
John Formento. A dangerous pass inside, and Costello taps it out. Shot clock at 10.
They were trying to get the mismatch from Casajeros over to Costello, but they could have done that had he been on the same side.
Baseline inbound now para kay John Formento. Alonso does not give it back, and now away from play, Lucero gets tied up with Casajeros, and they will call Nobi for the foul. Lucero with already a couple of player of the game honors as we take a look at the wrestling match. And the foul on Lucero. Dave Morales is going to check in. So to see Nobi Lucero, sometimes he brings a little too much energy on the floor.
That's right, Noel. Sometimes you want to be able to control your energy. I mean, you have to stay disciplined as a player, not commit any unnecessary fouls.
Casajeros working the post once again. That's a miss. He's actually scored the last 2 baskets para sa kupunan ng Cavaliers. Alonso takes it away and scores.
Oh, tough move by Alonso. He could bring down the ball in the paint and go strong in the basket.
We bring it down now to Megan Cabrera.
Noel, tulad nga ng nabanggit ko kanina, minsan nang naging magkakampi ang coaches ng dalawang kupunan natin. Now, Coach Ronnie Canding of Makati knows what is at stake and he wants to secure this win. Sabi nga niya sa team niya, huwag na natin pahirapan ang sarili natin. Be consistent and huwag magpapabaon. Now, the team is kind of having a hard time playing because of the heat, pero sabi nga nila, kailangan lang nila mag-focus sa depensa sa mga sumusunod na quarter. Now, for Coach Bong de la Cruz of Pasig naman, this is also a must-win for them. They want a high-energy game, and nabanggit nyo nga ang rebounds nila because they want to turn that weakness of them into a strength for this game. Now, the two former teammates said to one another, let's just enjoy this game. Noel and Nico?
Well, of course, they're going to be friends off the court, but now adversaries on the court. At tanda natin, if Pasig loses here, they could drop all the way down to that number 8 spot, as Lordy Casajeros is the lone gunslinger now for the Cavaliers.
Casajeros to former UE Red Warrior, keeping Makati in this ball game. He's got his rhythm so far.
25-20. Suddenly, na-stuck na ang Pasig Santa Lucia. Josan Nimes wants to change that, and he does.
Oh, Nimes with a bully boy move in there, taking it strong to the paint and finishing hard.
27-20 on the first field goal for the former Mapua star. Here's the drive now by Alonzo, and he is just bullying his way in.
And that's how you answer back, Noel. They get physical on the other end. You want to attack the rim too. So terrific move there by Alonzo.
They come up on 7 minutes remaining in the first half. The lead is 5 for Pasig. Lucero is back in and immediately gets some results. Looks like he sat on our cameraman. So Jake Diwa will come back in for Jan Formento. Let's take a look at our Puregold move of the game, and this is a solid gold move for Josan Nimes.
And this kid at the free throw line, Noel, Lucero, his speed just really stands out.
Yeah.
You know, he's not the tallest guy on the floor, not the biggest, but he does make up for it with his speed and with his hustle and his energy. And he's like an X factor for this Pasig team.
Right, he's the former perpetual help reserve actually, and was actually brought here to Manila by our league co-founder, Mr. Buddy Encarnado, as one of his discoveries in the grassroots programs there. And our cameraman is made of stern stuff. So the lead is 6 for the Realtors. 28-22, pass is a little too strong, taken away by Moralde. Lucero in the front court, he's held as a preemptive foul by Chad Alonzo.
And that, Noel, was a good recognition by Moralde. He saw that they were trying to get a mismatch on Lucero in the post, so he immediately came for the help on the backside.
Dave Moralde, of course, last year played for Medical Depot, which is actually the bulk of the Danao squad right now. As we move into this timeout called by Coach Pong de la Cruz, Pasig Santa Lucia still up by 6, 28-22. Stay with us, we'll be right back. 6 minutes and 38 remaining dito sa ating second quarter. Pasig Sta Realtors 28 at 22 naman para sa Cavaliers. Mr. Buddy Encarnado, of course, Santa Lucia team manager and co-founder of the Filbasket League, taking in the action right here in the very hot SGS Foundation Gymnasium here in Quezon City. Noel Zarates still alongside Nico Aaron Quintong, with Megan Cabrera working the sidelines. Final triple header of the elimination round, and still at this point, Nico, nothing is certain.
Ooh, that's why you gotta love some Filbasket action, Noel. Even to the very last playing day for the eliminations, you still have a lot on the line. So
There's another thing that's sure. Tanduay is the #1 seed with the 11-1 record, and Nueva Ecija is the #2 seed with the 10-1 record. That's also sure.
That is for sure. Tanduay and Nueva Ecija, two of the heavyweight teams in this tournament.
Renzel Coriza missed the layup in contesting that he got hit behind the head. Manalang. They will wait. Lucero wants to attack Renzel Coriza. Shot clock at 10. Manalang left open for 3. And the rebound to Custodio.
Good intention there by Lucero. Giving it up to Manalang, just unable to hit that shot. But if you're Pasig, you have to appreciate the ball movement you're having right now.
Now, Jofer Custodio with only 1 attempt so far in this game. They need his outside shooting to loosen up the interior para sa Pasig, and they force another turnover with Nobi Lucero with the steal. Lucero getting it over now to Manalang. They will set it up. Another stop here engineered by the Realtors. Manalang had a 3 earlier. He has missed his last 2. Another rebound for Custodio. Alcoriza wants to attack. Jofer left open for 3. Good!
Jofer Custodio, a big man who could shoot the 3. He is such a luxury to have para dito sa Makati, Noel. He ran that transition game really well. He knew he had the open 3-point shot and he took it.
And happily is available via delivery and takeout sa Grab. Another unproductive effort here for the Realtors. They want to get it to Custodio after he hit his first three. They know he can go on a run. Casajeros, good defense by Lucero. Here comes Josan Nimes, 1-on-3, and Nimes scores.
Okay, Josan Nimes, we see your fancy footwork. That was a tough move by Josan Nimes. The Euro step all the way for the right-hand finish.
30-25 with 4.5 remaining in the first half. Pasig Santa Lucia holding off the Cavaliers to this point, and again, miscommunication between Alonzo and Jake Diwa that time. Here's our Puregold move of the game, presented by Puregold. Josan Nimes, the height of a forward and the footwork of a guard.
Yep, it's like a mixture of James Harden and one of the NBA centers when you have Josan Nimes. He has fancy footwork, Noel, and that's why Pasig's using him to play outside, because he could also pass.
How about this? June Manzo seeing his first action in the second quarter after lighting it up for 9 in the first quarter. Nimes, not this time. Battle for the loose ball secured by Custodio. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Diwa. And a three-point play opportunity as kapapasok pa lamang ni Clark Bautista. Diwa attacks him immediately.
Good recognition there by Makati, Noel. They saw Tata Bautista's just checking in. You have Diwa now taking advantage of that fresh leg on the floor, taking the mismatch and making them pay with 2 free throws. But you have to appreciate the way Makati has been answering the defense nitong Pasig. Pasig is really forcing them to play at a faster pace. But Makati, they like to play slow and steady.
Well, the free throws have been a problem para dito sa kupunan ng Cavaliers over their last few games. Jake Diwa with a split that time. The lead is 4 for the Realtors. Manzo looking for a friend. Filbasket is brought to us by Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation. And Tata Bautista, that's what he has been known for his entire life.
That's right, Tata Bautista. We could call him a zone buster, Noel, because Makati moved to a zone, but immediately you felt the presence of Tata Bautista the moment he got the ball and nailed that corner 3.
Pambawi para kay Custodio off the glass.
Yep, that's right, Custodio, reminding us banks are open on Saturdays too.
Yep.
Hitting that off the glass with an amazing 3-point shot.
So the second tray of the game for the former MLQU star. Lucero on the drive, drop pass inside to Chan. They get it out to Nimes for 3. Chan is there, but he's blocked from behind by Diwa.
And Makati now, Noel, they're sticking to a zone, but they made a huge adjustment that last play. It was a zone that overloaded to the right, so it forced Pasig rather to swing the ball all the way to the other end.
Right now on offense, itong kupunan ng Cavaliers. Alcoriza puts one up. Battle for the rebound, picked up Casajeros again.
You will need more of that if you're Makati. The second chance buckets, yan ang magbibigay ng panalo dito sa Makati. They have to be able to rebound the ball more.
Just a 2-point lead now for Pasig Santa Lucia. And a steal by Colina. Outlet pass now to Renzo Alcoriza. We have a tied game.
Terrific stop by Makati. Momentum now is on Makati's side.
Coach Bong de la Cruz has to burn his last timeout of the first half. His once mighty 11-point lead is now gone. With this instant replay brought to us by Smart. Simple. Smart ako at simple lang din ang layup dito ni Renzo Alcoriza. We'll be right back. have not really seen much of Jesmar Villahermosa in this game, but we did see a lot of him in the win against Muntinlupa. 27 points on 10 of 19 shooting, along with 8 assists there, Nico.
This guy could ball, Noel. Villahermosa, if he gets going in this game, it will be nightmares for Pasig. So Villahermosa, another threat for Makati on the wing position.
Sa lagay na yan, Diwa and Villahermosa have not really been major contributors so far, but the defense of the Cavaliers has. Here's Casajeros lobbing it over. Nice unselfish play, but good help defense also by Pasig as Lester Tamayo with the block.
Yes, you have to appreciate the effort of Lester Tamayo, not giving up on that play. It was a 3-on-1 fast break, but Lester Tamayo really out-hustled everybody on the floor for that block.
And Tata Bautista has to take a seat. Dave Moralde will return. A chance to grab the lead here para sa Cavaliers. Villahermosa on the post-up, on the fall-away, that's short. Here's June Manzo right now. Time down to 1 minute and 40 remaining in the first half. Manzo. The zone continues, and this time Costello gets fouled shooting a 3.
And that is costly if you're Makati. You do not need to make fouls like that. It wasn't the best percentage look for Costello, but Makati just making an unnecessary foul there, which puts Pasig at the line for 3.
Yeah, nawala ng preno that time. Ito si Jake Diwa. And of course, Jake Diwa, you cannot have him get into foul trouble. That's his second in the game. That's Ryan Costello. As we mentioned, one of the 3 holdovers from the Pasig Santa Lucia squad that saw action in Subic, where Wilson was also the official game ball. At itong si Costello knocks down all 3, as we're going to have a timeout now called by Ronnie Canding. 36-33, the lead is 3 for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. We are here at the SGS Foundation Stadium, as it says on the floor right now. One of the best kept secrets, or one of the worst kept secrets actually, in Metro Manila pagdating sa venue. One of the nicest venues that you can have, and it's also TV friendly with all of the lights. And it is now the battleground for the last day of the elimination round of the Filbasket Summer Championship presented by Puregold. Nordy Casajeros can't ring the bell from the outside. The Realtors want to add to this 3-point lead. June Manzo pulls back as we approach the final minute of the half. Moralde straight away. Colina with another rebound. They have really stuck with Casajeros this entire second quarter as Diwa makes his move. And he will be given continuation.
Jake Diwa, another walking bucket para dito sa Makati Cavaliers. The up fake, the strong move inside, basket counts, and one fancy finish by Jake Diwa.
With our Puregold move of the game, no less. So Diwa split his free throws earlier, makes this one. Yeah, Jake Diwa coming into this game, 17 points a game. Good for 7th best in the league. Brian Costello. Moralde going cross-court now to Manzo, the UP connection. Does it work this time? Manzo makes his move. Outside, Costello for 3. In and out. And a chance to grab the lead for the Cavaliers if they can catch the ball. Villahermosa will reset. 22 seconds to go in the first half. Diwa on the attack. Nice move by Jake Diwa. And the lead belongs to the Cavs.
That was a terrific finish by Jake Diwa. Was not frazzled by that extra pass and finished strong.
Still a chance to get the final say here of the first half. And they have fouls to give. One foul to give itong kupunan ng AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers. And they give it up with 3.5 remaining. But look at this nifty move inside by Diwa. Manzo for the lead. It's not going to happen. And at the end of the first 20 minutes of action, the AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers have overcome an 11-point lead to take a 2-point lead into the halftime break, 38-36 over the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. We are at the half. We will be right back.
Not in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Right, you talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And the bench loves it. Oh my God!
And on three. 1, 2, 3.
Dear classmates, I congratulate us for having the power. Who would have thought one can major in social media, minor in catology, or major in Mobile Legends, minor in Ensaymada Baking, or major in TikTok, minor in anime studies. Totoo ang chismis. We really can do it all. And since we still have loads to discover, it is time to get giga-powered with Smart Giga-Power. Enjoy 20 gigabytes for all sites and apps for only 149 pesos, so we can jump from app to app, passion to passion, chika to chika.
Para more ang saya. Get giga-powered na day!
My apologies. Download the GigaLife app and choose Giga-Power. Simple, smart code. Dear classmates, I congratulate us for having the power. Who would have thought one can major in social media, minor in catology, or major in Mobile Legends, minor in Ensaymada Baking, or major in TikTok, minor in anime studies. Totoo ang chismis. We really can do it all. And since we still have loads to discover, it is time to get giga-powered with Smart Giga-Power. Enjoy 20 gigabytes for all sites and apps for only 149 pesos, so we can jump from app to app, passion to passion, chika to chika.
Para more ang saya. Get giga-powered na day!
My apologies. Download the GigaLife app and choose Giga-Power. Simple, smart code.
Evident dito sa Muntinlupa Angeles Resort, no Alan Mangas to start this ball game.
And Alan, to sa ating first quarter. And again, eto na yung drums. Eto na yung drums. Hindi na naman tayo magkakarinigan dito. Here's Dave Moralde.
Low assist numbers nung first game nila. So, Clark Bautista siguro kailangan mag-create din for his teammates, especially wala dito si Jeric Teng.
Oh, that's a great pass. Papunta rin dito. 38-36 at the half. A 2-point lead para dito sa kupunan ng FSD or AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers over the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors in a battle who is going to make it to the top 4 dito sa ating liga. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that half. Tandaan natin na itong kupunan ng Pasig Sta Lucia actually opened up with an 11-point lead led by that man, June Manzo, who came away with 9 points in that first half. Jake Diwa with a few answers, pati na rin to si Lordy Caseros. That 11-point lead was trimmed slowly despite the heroics nito si Josan Nimes. 2 3-pointers including that bank shot from beyond the arc para kay Joffer Custodio, kept it close. And in the end, itong kupunan ng FSD, our AFP FSD Makati was able to take a 2-point lead, 38-36, as we take a look at some numbers from that first half, Nico.
And here we go, Noel. It is a balanced effort from both teams, but the field goal percentage has to be higher entering the second half. But what stands out are the rebound numbers. 20 for Pasig, 19 for Makati. So both teams really putting the hustle top tier. And then the assist numbers, Makati, the reason why they fought back in this game is because of their ability to share the ball around. Now you have the inside points. Both teams like to play at a very physical, high-intensity pace, and we see that with 24 from Makati and 16 from Pasig.
And you don't feel the height disadvantage that Pasig is having as they kept it close. June Manzo leading all scorers here with 13, and it's balanced sa kabilang side naman para dito sa Cavaliers.
As expected from Pasig, June Manzo will be the leader offensively with the absence of Jeric Teng and other key players, followed by Tyron Chan, Josan Nimes, and Ryan Costello. So you see the other key players for Pasig stepping up. But for Makati, you have Lord Casajeros, Jake Diwa, Joffer Custodio, and Mar Villahermosa. The key players you expect to step up from Makati have done so far in this first half.
And surprisingly, Lordy Casajeros has really taken up the cudgels when itong si Jake Diwa was checked in that first half. Now, can that trend continue? We have a close one here. Low-scoring affair will favor AFP FSD Makati. Alam naman natin that they want to get their wins in a grinded-out fashion, but let's see what the Realtors have in store here in the second half as we are underway. Noel Zarate with Nico Aaron Quintong, with Megan Cabrera working the sidelines. Game 1 of our triple-header. Final day of the eliminations, and the third three-pointer of the game for Joffer Custodio.
Man, Joffer Custodio, he's been creating problems for the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, Noel. His ability to shoot and stretch the floor offensively has been a nightmare.
They move it around now itong Pasig to Rob Manalang. Josan Nimes, a highly offensive 5 on the floor. And Lester Tamayo will get the first 2 points of the second half for Pasig.
And Josan Nimes, he's a 5, Noel, but he has the ability to stretch the floor para sa Pasig. So that way, it opened up a lot of plays for them offensively to drop pass.
You have to remember also that he has a lot of point forward skills as a turnover is forced once again by the green shirts. 41-38 for FSD Makati. AFP FSD Makati Army, the Cavaliers, fought from 11 points down. Here is a three-pointer that's good for Nimes.
Speaking of point forward, Noel, that's one of the things a point forward could do. Stretch the floor and hit the three-point basket.
7-2 run to open. Here is a 7-3 run rather. Fall away is a miss by Colina. Casajeros. One more time around now for the Cavs. Villahermosa puts the move on Nimes, but can't score.
Oh, that would have been a highlight, Noel. The shoulder fake and the crossover.
Manzo, too many white shirts. Manalang had a basket earlier, but has not replicated that feat. They left Nimes open momentarily. Josan's gonna take it strong. And he was bothered by Jan Colina. Casajeros now leading the break. Colina has not looked for his offense so far. Now he does.
Simple bread and butter post-up move from Jan Colina, reminding us of the moves in the 80s and 90s.
That's right. And let's see what the report of Megan Cabrera is for the Pasig Sta Lucia side.
Noel, the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors ended the half down by 2. Pero simple lang ang sinabi ni Coach Bong. Ganun talaga ang basketball, may runs. Pero they need to level their rebounds back up na nawala sa second quarter. Kailangan nila bumawi. Noel and Nico.
Well, thank you very much, Megan. A little bit of color. There's going to be 2 technicals called. And now June Manzo has to be pulled away Looks like Casajeros and Manzo exchanged words and almost got into it before the referees intervened. We saw two technical fouls called. Looks like one on Manzo and then one on Casajeros, and Manzo is claiming that he got hit in the side. Both teams now have to be separated.
And now, Noel, these are crucial parts in the game. I know it's early in the third quarter, but eventually when you enter the fourth, it's plays like these that matter. But let's see what happened there. Oh, the elbow by Manzo and then Casajeros. His reaction not in the favor of Manzo there, so both of them butting heads.
Instantly, our officials come in and call two technical fouls, and you can see there, like, may konting girian din na nangyari between Villahermosa and Manzo. They have reviewed this, and let's see what Ken Pangilinan has in terms of the report. We saw two technical fouls. This could be offsetting unless one is graver than the other. If there was like contact or something like that, it could change the call. But this is usually an offsetting thing. Let's listen to Ken.
Technical foul on AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers, number 10, Lordy Casajeros. His first personal, and Pasig Sta Realtors, number 13, Jude Manzo, his second personal.
So that's it, offsetting. That's it. So ball possession will remain with the team that had possession in the first place, which is Pasig. And they're still talking.
You know, sometimes
Hermosa and Manzo talking now.
Sometimes the players do that just to get in each other's heads. You know, some mind games going on.
Manalang on the inbound. Hubert Canny's actually seeing his first action of the game. Here in the second half, pa siya napasok. Oh, Nimes gets away. Fall away good.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, put that move on a highlight. Josa Nimes, a nice fadeaway jumper.
43 all. So this game continues to be a close one. In the post, Villahermosa had to give it up to Jan Colina, who bullies his way in. And itong si Josa Nimes will be tagged with a foul. And they're laughing about it right now. See that move again. Josa Nimes just went one way and shot the other way. In the meantime, Jan Colina at the free throw line. He had a brilliant performance. We're going to talk about him later on, of course, in the last game against Muntinlupa, where he had a double-double. And splits the free throws this time.
I don't know, well, no, both of these teams, the physicality has been leveled up in the second half. They're not setting for any outside shots. They're really taking it hard in the paint.
Manzo wants to do that. Can't get it to go. Follow-up is good, however, para dito kay Lester Tamayo.
Second chance buckets will be key for both teams.
And the lead now goes to the Realtors, 45-44. Villahermosa and all sorts of traffic. Custodio. And the rebound cleared by Nimes.
Not the best look if you're Makati there. Custodio did not have to take that shot. They have a lot of time on their shot clock.
Realtors want to extend this lead right now. Manzo almost called for the backing violation. Nimes, shot clock at 6. Josa Nimes for 3.
And that's the thing with this Makati team, Noel. One guy's covered. You see June Manzo, he had a double coverage in that play. But you have guys like Nimes with the ability to shoot, causing problems para dito sa Makati.
And you get the sense that Josa Nimes might not take a seat anymore here in the second half with the way he's been playing for this very depleted Pasig Santa Lucia squad. Follow-up is good for Lordy Casajeros plus the foul.
Yeah, and that's how you answer back a three-point play. They score a three-pointer on you. On the other end, you come back, score an end one. Terrific answer there by Lordy Casajeros.
That was a good shot also coming from Jomar Custodio. But again, long shots don't always produce long rebounds. And Lordy Casajeros was wise to that. Lordy Casajeros, one of several former UE Red Warriors in this league. Ang dami nila rito. In fact, we should make a research of how many schools are represented here. I'm sure UE would be on top of the list.
Yeah, definitely.
With a lot of their former players, Andre Armeñon here, pati na rin si Adi Santos. I mean, off the top of your head, you got to think about like 5 or 6 guys from UE already. As the Filbasket championship is brought to us by Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation. 5:34 remaining. Chan. And a long rebound picked up by Rum Manalang inside to Lester Tamayo.
Sneaky pass there by Rob Manalang, but that's the luxury of having a Rob Manalang on your team. The quick, high IQ passes like that make it very valuable for guards like him.
And he does not have to score to be effective as Villahermosa gets ambushed and lost the ball. Nimes picks up some speed. Manalang for three. Battle for the rebound. A lot of white shirts in the area. Oh, again, Villahermosa. That's the third time he has lost the handle just by himself.
And he looked at his hands naman, parang sabi niya, medyo nadulas yung bola sa kanya doon, but that was costly.
The heat might start to be affecting these guys. Manzo! And it is tapped to nobody in particular. Chan, Nimes immediately attacks.
Oh.
Ronnie Canding is not happy with the way they played defense on that last play. As the Cavaliers are going to burn a timeout, let's take a look at this instant replay. Brought to us by Smart. Simple. Smart ako. At sabi ni Nimes, walang tao, walang problema. 52-47. Realtors up by 5. Back with us here at the SGS Foundation Gym. Josan Nimes today with 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. This guy is on a triple-double. Watch every game that he plays. But so far his offense has been key for the Realtors in this 5-point lead.
Doing it on all ends, Noel. The points, the rebounds, and the assists. And that is one key factor that has kept Pasig in this ball game.
Jake Diwa sneaks one in. As itong si Ryan Costello's redispatched by Coach Bong de la Cruz. So good response coming off the Ronnie Canding timeout for the Cavs. They cut the lead down to 3. Nimes sandwiched by 3. You can call that a triple-decker in any restaurant. But this time they'll just say it's going to be Chad Alonso with a foul. Wala pang nagpe-penalty rin dito sa game na to. This game has been physical, but no overdose of fouls.
That's right. That's where you see, Noel. I'm glad you mentioned it. The maturity of both of these teams not to commit a lot of unnecessary fouls.
Yeah.
So terrific IQ by both of these teams and presence of mind as well.
Oh, a near steal there coming from Renzal Coriza. Just ran out of space. 13 to shoot. 4:06 remaining here in the third. A low-scoring affair. Pasig Sta, Lucia, 52-49 for the AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers. Manzo on the fake. Long 3 from Tyrone Chan. And it is tapped over to Manzo for 3. Pasig now struggling with their outside shot, Nico.
And credit that to the defense of Makati, really putting the pressure on guys like June Manzo with the double coverage.
Custodio, quick release. How did he get that off? He was practically behind the backboard when he shot that.
Custodio is cash money, reminding us that banks are open on Saturdays, ladies and gentlemen. Joper Custodio, one of the sparks for Makati.
4 3-pointers in the game, and we have a tied one here at 52. 3 and 24 remaining in the third. Nimes, all sorts of dribbles, fires a 3 and he nails it.
Okay, Josan Nimes, a little bit of a street ball move there. One-on-one between the legs, stepping back, sinking that 3-point bucket.
17 in the game for Nimes. Diwa wants to make Nimes work on defense. Diwa with a solo, no. And the rebound picked up by Tamayo, and here come the green shirts once again. Pero sabi ni Ryan Costello, too many defenders. 3, or make that 2:45 remaining in the third. Costello draws a crowd. Tyrone Chan, straightaway three is good.
Book it, Tyrone Chan. Man, these centers of Pasig Noel, they could all hit from outside. I don't know any big man on their team who couldn't hit that three-point basket.
Probably Jason Ballesteros, because he's only had one attempt the entire season. But the lead is now 6 for the green shirts. We just mentioned about their outside shooting starting to wane. And suddenly you get one from Nimes and one from Chan. Nimes drives.
Uh-oh.
Chan left open again. They dodged the bullet. Alonzo can't shoot. Diwa attacks. And Diwa lost it. Here comes Costello on a 2-on-1. Manzo drops it over to Costello.
That is how you do it. And if we get a replay of that later, that last play, credit Ryan Costello's hustle. He tapped the ball from the back, which forced them to commit the turnover and led to that 2-on-1 fast break from Manzo to Costello.
Got away there, Nico.
Oh, he definitely did. But Alcoriza just killing the momentum para dito sa Pasig.
60-54. Ryan Costello, no stranger to this building actually. When he was still in high school for San Sebastian, he actually won the championship for them here. It was a double overtime thriller against San Beda. Ryan Costello was the hero there, and preemptive foul given up here by Tyrone Chan. Yeah, he and Enzo Navarro tore it up for the San Sebastian squad. A double overtime thriller against San Beda College and Andre Caracot, who was leading the way at the time. So there's Ryan Costello. Thank you, of course, to Coach Willie Chan for providing that. Again, Coach Willie Chan, no stranger to this building as well.
Oh, that's right, definitely. I mean, a lot of familiarity, and that actually helps Noel. When you subconsciously have that familiarity at the venue you're playing at, it really helps up the confidence in your game.
Yeah, it brings back so many memories of the time that you were actually a hero on this floor. So Ryan Costello hopes to become the hero in this game, or at least one of the members of that heroic squad. Custodio. And there's Jason Ballesteros tracking it down. Less than a minute remaining in the third. As Wilson is the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship. Manzo, no relief so far here in the third. Moralde. Manzo, shot clock winding down to 5. And the battle for the rebound won by the white shirts. Alonzo brings it up. Alonzo suddenly attacks. And he is fouled, allegedly taking a shot.
Yeah, and you know, both of these teams, Noel, they've adjusted to a zone defense, but Pasig has to be able to close out the lanes more kasi Makati's getting a lot of looks on the inside, and so is Pasig. Pasig doing a terrific job pushing the ball in transition, playing a very well-balanced offense.
Chan Alonzo at the free throw line, one of masasabi natin mga institution na dito sa basketball, especially in his days with Adamson University, and was part of that 7 championship run in the PBL with Harbor Center. And finally has made his way back to professional basketball as a member of the Cavaliers as he sinks the first. So it is a 5-point lead now for the Realtors. There is a difference of about 4 seconds between the clocks. Novi Lucero in to finish the third. Again, zone versus zone. Lucero will wait. 10 seconds remaining. 4 on the shot clock. Lucero gets away.
Oh, quick move by Lucero.
They still have time. Alcoriza knows it, but can't get it to go. So after being down by 2 at the half, the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors are up by 7 heading into the final quarter, 62-55. And so much action in that third quarter, of course, led by this man, Josan Nimes, who has upped his total to 17 points so far. Para naman dito sa kupunan ng Cavaliers, it has been the Joffer Custodio shooting display with 5 3-pointers in the game so far. But Novi Lucero's speed, dissecting the defense, is able to give a 7-point lead to the Realtors heading in to quarter number 4.
in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Nice. You talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And the Prince loves it. Oh my God!
And on three. 1, 2, 3.
Fourth quarter about to get underway here at the SGS Stadium. And you can see Ogie Gumatay in the foreground, in the background, of course, the walking wounded para dito sa kupunan ng Pasig Sta, Jeric Teng, at itong si Jello Vito. We're going to have an officials timeout right now. And it appears that we have some scoreboard issues. But let's go back to that third quarter. It was a close third quarter practically until around the 3-minute mark. And then Pasig started hitting their shots there, Nico. A couple of three-pointers from Nimes and Chan. And then, of course, the finishing touches from Nobi Lucero.
Yes, well, credit that to the assist numbers para dito sa Pasig.
Right.
They already have 14 assists in this ball game, Noel, and it's only the third quarter of action. So the ball movement for Pasig has been top tier. They didn't have much of that in the first period, but as the game progressed, they have been able to move the ball smart and concisely. Para dito naman sa Makati, Noel, the 2-point scoring has been top tier. They have 19 points coming from inside the paint, 17 assists and 7 steals. So Makati has been able to make the adjustments on both offense and defense. The points in the paint for them is at 32. Kaya napakalaking bagay yung inside scoring for both teams.
That's really one of their strengths, really, their inside scoring. The outside shooting usually is handled by guys like Jesmar Villahermosa and Joffrey Custodio. Today, Villahermosa has been quiet, but Custodio has a total of 4 3-pointers in the game, or 5 3-pointers in the game. So we all know that Joffrey Custodio, he can just heat it up anytime. So it appears that we still have a bit of a clock issue. And again, this gym that we're in right now, the SGS Stadium, we'd like to thank, of course, all of the organizers here for helping us get this final day of the Filbasket Summer Championship presented by Puregold going here in this gym. We're going to take this short break. We'll be right back.
Not in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Nice. You talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And the Prince loves it. Oh my God!
And on three. 1, 2, 3.
Not in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Nice. You talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And the Prince loves it. Oh my God!
And on three. 1, 2, 3.
everything seems to be in order right now. The clock issue has been resolved. And we officially now begin the fourth quarter. Noel Zarate still alongside Nico Aaron Quintong and Megan Cabrera. The first game of our triple header in the final day of the eliminations here in the Filbasket Summer Championship presented by Puregold. And that three-pointer drops for Ryan Costello to open this fourth quarter.
That was a big three by Ryan Costello, giving Pasig their double-digit lead. But let's take a look at the scoring totals. A big third quarter para sa Pasig. 26 points in that past period, so that has been a catalyst for them with this lead so far.
And again, it was a close third quarter until towards the 4-3-minute mark. But Pasig suddenly erupted. Novi Lucero wants to change the pace of this game. Costello hit a three earlier, floater this time, voila. And battle for the rebound secured finally by Cordero. Good pick provided there by Chan Colina to erase Ryan Costello. Here's the Formentor now, John Formento. Cordero gets it out. Custodio, shot clock now at 7. Custodio is blocked by Ballesteros. White shirts keep it, but with only 4.4 seconds remaining. Inbound, they try to go inside. Diwa with a great catch. But again, the presence of Jason Ballesteros, who had a spectacular defensive game against Nueva Ecija, making a difference there.
You know, Noel, it's hard not to notice Jason Ballesteros on the floor. Like, literally, he is the tallest guy. So he has used that to his advantage.
Lucero sneaks it in again. And now the biggest lead of the game for Pasig. 67-55. Just over a minute and a half gone by dito. Nananambak na bigla etong Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. And Pido with his first field goal of the game.
There you go. Much needed icebreaker para dito sa Makati.
So the lead is 10, 67-57. Lucero, Pido with a steal. Into the front court, he's got a teammate behind him, but he doesn't need it, as he's able to use his speed to get away from Lester Tamayo.
Good sequence there para kay Pido. Trimming that lead down to 8. Makati needed that to end this run.
67-59. Moralde hang time. And Ballesteros plucks it out of the air. Reset now, sabi rito ni Coach Bong de la Cruz. Lucero drives, lost the ball, at tatapikan siya rito. And we'll have an official's timeout once again as we take a look at that last play. Para dito kay Pido, he was able to take it away at sinabi niya, tinming pa siya sa rear view mirror, malayo yung Tamayo, madali lang to. And apparently, I think they're going to fix something on the technical side on that end of the floor. We're going to take this short timeout. We'll be right back to sort this out. We'll return. Well, apparently ito yung nangyayari dito, no? There's a smell of like parang may nasusunog pero galing sa labas, and people inside here thought it was coming from inside the gym. So we continue with 5 seconds to shoot now. Lucero on the inbound para sa Pasig, and it's almost stolen by Darwin Cordero. So Lucero once again, this time inbounding from the opposite baseline. Tried to sneak it inside to Moralde, but it's taken away immediately by the defense. Again, the implications of this game, more so for two other teams. We're talking about the Muntinlupa, Angeles Resort, EOG Cooley. Pati na rin ang Atami Sardines Zamboanga with Pasig winning or losing. We'll talk more about that after this report from Megan Cabrera.
Noel, alam mo, Coach Ronnie said in the third quarter timeout, sinabi niya sa team niya na kulang sila sa gigil, yung gigil na dumepensa at kunin ang bola. Now, going into the last quarter, he reminded them we have to win at kailangan nilang humabol. Now, in response, isa lang ang sinabi ng kanyang team, at yun ay kaya yan. Noel and Nico?
Well, they got to make their free throws first. That's one of the things there, Megan. Pero alam mo, this team, itong Cavaliers, put on a 3 or a 4-game winning streak that went into a 3-game losing streak, and now in the middle of a 2-game winning streak, so you don't know which Cavaliers side is going to show up on any given day.
And you definitely hope, Noel, it's the one that went on a winning streak, because they definitely need a win here today. But Pasig has just done a terrific job of dictating the pace.
Lucero missing from the outside. This time, the height of Ballesteros could not help him against the gang rebounding of AFP FSD Makati. Three-pointer on its way off the glass. Jake Diwa. And he is able to cut the lead down to 4.
Jake Diwa confidently taking that three-point basket there, really icing the momentum para dito sa Pasig.
That's 2 bank shot threes already for the Cavaliers in this game. Costello!
And Ryan Costello, as if to say, anong height nyo? With that tough floater there, all heart for this kid.
Entry pass now para dito kay Cordero. Casajeros cross-court, intercepted by Chan.
Not the wisest move there if you're Casajeros. You did not need a cross-court pass because you had a man guarding that area. So not the best move there for Makati.
Costello, can he continue waxing hot here in the fourth? Chan left open for 3. And time after time, the Cavaliers have dodged bullets by leaving a man open from the outside. And that is tapped by Moralde, and he's contending na tumama kay Formento. Let's see this move once again. Ryan Costello, 5'6" against 6'3". How about that?
That's definitely in your face there. It's all about the timing din kasi, Noel. If you don't have the height, like for players watching this who are under 6 feet, you could really just time your shots.
Of course, that was our Puregold move of the game, presented by Puregold. June Manzo is in to try and restore order here. So Costello continues to handle the point guard chores. Costello escapes. Costello off the glass.
Pero naman si Ryan Costello showing us that it's not always about height. Off the glass floaters similar to the one he had earlier.
That lead is back up to 8 now, 71-63. As Pasig Santa Lucia has found their groove here in the fourth. Cordero. Shot clock at 4. Darwin, crossover blocked by Ballesteros. And there'll be a shot clock violation against the Cavaliers.
And that is the difference maker, Noel, when you have Ballesteros on the floor. The height advantage really serving them well in that ball game.
To this stretch, para dito kay Jason Ballesteros, it hit his head. It was going to go out of bounds, but time had already expired. Manzo gets it to go, plus the foul.
That's right. Now Pasig is taking advantage of Makati's slippage defensively. Makati is going on a zone defense, pero nabubutasan sila dito nila June Manzo.
Manzo has restored a double-digit spread now for the Realtors. Could be more if he makes this three-point play. And he does. 74-63. Still a lot of time though. 5 and 10 remaining in the fourth.
Now if you're Makati, Noel, you have to slow down and get to your bread and butter offense.
Here's one of them, Jake Diwa's offense, but he's off on the 3. No Joe for Custodio on the floor also. Here's Manzo, tries to slow it down. Nimes with the pick. Nimes, open look momentarily. Shot clock at 7. Nimes brought the ball down, almost lost it, and he does. Colina on the outlet pass. Touchdown para dito sa Cavaliers.
Much needed bucket para sa Cavaliers in that play, trimming the lead down to 9. They will need to convert more and get more stops.
74-65. 4:25 remaining in the fourth. And Wilson is the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship. Chan with another miss. Villahermosa with another slippage. And it's taken away again by Manzo. Manzo for three. And here comes Casajeros into the front court. Lordy with no rebound. There's a confident shot, but it's a miss.
Yes, now Pasig is doing a terrific job, Noel, getting stops. They have the 9-point lead, pero defensively they also have been able to get stops. So Makati has to be able to get better quality looks.
A win by Pasig will eliminate Atami Sardines Zamboanga and bring Muntinlupa, if they can beat ICC later, into the playoffs. A miss on the tip-in by Ballesteros. And a preemptive foul by Costello.
And you have to appreciate, Noel, what Coach Bong de la Cruz is doing with his Realtors now. Keeping Manzo, guys like Manzo, Lucero, on the high part of their zone that forces defenses to really recover.
How about the last game for Jason Ballesteros? Only 4 points on 2 of 3 field goals, but 12 rebounds, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. Today, he has 4 rebounds and 4 blocks already.
And that is a big factor, Noel. Not on the points, but the blocks and the rebounds. Those have been key in keeping Pasig up in this ball game.
How about a near steal right there? Broken play right now para dito sa kupunan ng Cavaliers. Alcoriza for 3. Air ball. And with 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining, Nico, you get the sense that AFP FSD Makati could be running out of time.
Yes, Noel, but you have to take note. 3 minutes is still a lot of time in basketball. But Makati, they have to get stops. I cannot reiterate this more. They convert on offense, but they need to stop Pasig.
Happily is available via delivery and takeouts a grab. 3 minutes to go in the final game of the regular season for these two teams. Lucero baseline, over to Ballesteros. I don't know how Nobi Lucero found that small hole to get that pass over to Jason Ballesteros, but free throws now coming up for the former Gilas center. As we see that one again. Timeout requested by Ronnie Kahanding. The lead is 9 for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Jason Ballesteros at the line. Once again, remember, if Pasig Santa Lucia wins this game, may bearing ang last game natin. As you see, Rob Manalang on the bench was not really been a factor today, but it's great to see him playing after he missed yesterday's game. If Pasig wins, it will force Muntinlupa to win later in our third game against ICC.
And bouncing off what you said, Noel, if you're in Muntinlupa and you're watching this game right now, mas nabuhayan ka ng diwa ngayon. Eh, kasi Pasig, if they do pull off this win, you'll be even more motivated to cap things off and finish strong later on tonight.
And you can't give anything away, of course, the ICC Blue Hawks. They almost defeated Danao City the other day, if not for that last second fracas na nangyari doon. We're going to have a timeout here requested now by Bong de la Cruz. The Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors up by 10, 75-65 with 2:40 remaining in regulation. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the fourth. Jake Diwa makes good on his first, so he cuts the lead down to single figures. Ronnie Kanding, if his squad goes on to lose this one, Nico, they could drop all the way down to number 6, which isn't really bad, but you still don't have that twice to beat advantage.
Exactly. And of course, if you could get that 3 or 4th spot, you would want to have that twice to beat. But 6 is not bad either, as long as you're in the playoffs. But of course, the luxury of having the twice to beat advantage would make a huge difference.
At least you avoid the top 2 teams. Yun ang mabigat dun eh. Because Tanduay and Nueva Ecija have been playing almost flawless basketball of late. Manzo, up and under. June Manzo scores.
Tricky shot there by June Manzo, but this is why you have this kid. He could score in moments that matter. So June Manzo there, tough shot.
He had 15 in the loss to Nueva Ecija yesterday. He's more than eclipsed that. Last 2 minutes of tayo. Last 2 minutes, of course, brought to us by Smart Simple. Smart Ako.
And Pasig doing a terrific job preventing Makati from getting on a mini run.
Tyrone Chan starting to have cramps already. You can see him over at the sideline just trying to stay away from the ball right now. Nimes wasting as much time as possible for the shoot now. Nimes lost the handle, has to put it up, but he'll be called for steps. Tyrone Chan is looking over at the bench saying, I'm cramping up, coach.
10 points. Makati has to come up with something quick.
And they do get something from Jake Diwa.
Okay, big basket for Jake Diwa, so he converts this free throw. They're down by 7 with a minute remaining.
This is where Tyrone Chan was actually motioning to the bench already, take him out, but Nimes had his back turned. Diwa completes the three-point play. This is not yet over. 77-70.
Makati need to stop.
How about Nobi Lucero, the rookie, just getting a lot of crunch time, playing time, although that time he gets blocked. Alcoriza leading the break. Alcoriza all the way.
Smooth move by Alcoriza. And that's what I'm talking about. The stops for Makati has been paying dividends.
A minute and 12 remaining. Let's take a look at this instant replay brought to us by Smart Simple. Smart Ako. Nobody stopping Renz Alcoriza. 5 unanswered now for the Cavaliers over the last 15 seconds. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Realtors. Can never count out the AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers, down 22 against Muntinlupa, forced overtime and won by 2. Now they were down 10 just a few seconds ago. Now they're only down 5, and full court pressure being shown. Manzo caught the ball, and now a few seconds to be wasted now for the Realtors. Manzo now, lots of time, 1 minute remaining. No effort to foul here for the Cavaliers. They want to get the stop. Manzo escapes Custodio, gets it out, Tyrone Chan for 3, no! Rebound picked up by Tamayo. More time to be wasted now by June Manzo. Manzo on the attack, gets the foul, and he'll get to the free throw line.
Crucial possession there. Had Makati just boxed out properly, Noel, they could have had that possession. But credit June Manzo being very patient with his offense, pitching himself 2 free throws, which could give Makati, or Pasig rather, a 7-point lead.
June Manzo played for the San Juan Knights and the Subic bubble last year, was not able to participate in the playoffs due to a major hamstring tear. And it's great to see that he's 100% playing for the Realtors. He can make this a 3-possession lead.
And Noel, I know it's not the playoffs yet, but this game right here is already playoff worthy.
Yes, yes.
This is the kind of action we could expect come playoff time, but costly miss para kay June Manzo. So a make here would turn it into a 2-possession ball game.
It's still a 2-possession lead right now, pero Manzo, of course, wants to give some kind of security to his squad. And he gets a second.
19 points now para kay June Manzo, stepping up in the 4th period.
Both teams still have a timeout remaining. Makati with a foul to give. Alcoriza!
Nice.
And Alcoriza fouls Costello in the backcourt. That was their foul to give.
The open step, strong drive para kay Alcoriza. Basket counts, book it.
78-74. Costello gets it across. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Alcoriza hounding Costello, gets away. Shot clock at 9. And finally a foul given up. And Alcoriza says he wasn't fouling. They're looking for an offensive foul on Costello. None was called.
And I think this is what you mentioned, Noel, the offensive foul they were looking for. Medyo may hawi si Costello, pero kasabay din nun nung reach in nitong si Alcoriza. But this is a very careful call you have to make if you're the referees.
Ronnie Ganding had better be careful also here. You don't want to pick up a technical foul here. So Costello, it is a 2-possession lead regardless of the result of these free throws. And he missed the first.
And Coach Ronnie Kahanding asking for a replay, pointing to the big screen we have over here.
Well, we cannot challenge fouls. Actually, you can't challenge period so far in Philippine basketball. Split again. And Ronnie Kahanding is going to use his final timeout of the game. 79-74. Pasig Santa Lucia up by 5 with only 17 seconds remaining in regulation. And we will stay on. So again, with this impending win, and I'm not saying it's over, but it looks to be an impending win for Pasig Santa Lucia. All Muntinlupa has to do later on, Nico, in our 3rd game, is beat ICC, and they will be the number 8 seed.
That's correct, Noel. Muntinlupa now getting an easier job later with what Pasig has done for them today. I mean, they kind of did them a favor, but Muntinlupa has to be able to capitalize. So now the faith part is taken care of.
Yeah.
Now Muntinlupa is really in control of their destiny later on tonight.
Well, how ironic would it be if Muntinlupa does lose to ICC? That would give Atami Sardines a free pass to the playoffs.
Yeah, and we have a lot of teams also like Atami banking on ICC naman to win later on tonight. So if they could watch live today, all the better it would be for both of those teams. But hey, ICC winning later would give a lot in their confidence in future tournaments moving forward.
Yeah, but that would also eliminate Muntinlupa. So again, first part of the equation for Muntinlupa is for Pasig to win. And the Realtors are actually 17 seconds away.
Makati, Noel, they have to convert something here. They cannot miss on this possession.
Yeah. Alonzo, Villahermosa, deep 3, in and out. And the rebound picked up by Costello. And he is going to dribble away the time. Costello thought he was going to try to score. But it will be official. The Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, with this win, book a seat into the top 4 of our standings, and it will send AFP FSD Makati to the number 6 seed in our quarterfinal round. Muntinlupa has a chance to make it to the quarterfinals if they can beat ICC in our 3rd game.
And this is what we're talking about. Playoff action is nearing. You expect results like this. A big win para dito sa Pasig, opening things up for Muntinlupa later on tonight. But Pasig, you have to commend their effort on all areas. All around scoring para sa kanila in this ball game. But Makati, let's not take no credit away from this team. They went back in rhythm, and slowly but surely, they have been able to comeback in this ballgame, just unable to finish in the fourth quarter.
Again, without some key players, no Jello Vito, who has not seen action since opening day. No Jeric Teng, no JM Gonzalez, and itong si Rob Manalang was playing at 50% strength. Now they have time to rest for the playoffs. Pero again, the job is not yet over. Yes, you made it to the top 4. The question is, will you have a twice to beat advantage or not? Kasi pag nagtabla-tabla standings, baka knockout game lang yung number 4 eh.
Definitely, but if you're Coach Bong De La Cruz and the rest of your boys, you have to, this is like a sigh of breath para sa kanila. Before now, but later on in the days to come, they will have to see, will they have that twice to beat or will they have to gut it out in that playoff spot?
Megan Cabrera is with our Puregold player of the game, Josan Nimes.
Maraming salamat, Noel. And as you mentioned, Josan Nimes ang kasama natin ngayon. You are the Puregold best player of the game. Now, for the first half, medyo mas tahimik tayo. But going into the second half, you were down by 2 and you really exploded during that time. Can you tell me more about how you performed?
I started off slow, but Coach and Boss Buddy really talked to us in the second how important this game is. This game was really important. We've been looking forward to this game so we could have a better position for the quarterfinals.
Okay, so it was a very heated game, not just here in the stadium, but also some emotions were high at some point. And of course, the teams really did not back down. So what can you say about how your team really powered through this one?
It was a big team win for us. Not just me, but a lot of people stepped up. We played with a lot of urgency today compared to our game last night, if you watched our game last night. So I'm very proud of our team today.
Okay, you have the chance to greet all the people who are supporting you and of course, our family and our little girl who's right here.
I want to say hello to Alberto family in Pasig, the Nimes family in Talavera, Nueva Ecija, the Calbay family. Also, the Rings, Panina, Boss Ronnie, Boss Chicasa, Boss Jeff Mainit, Metro Asia, Boss Albert D, Boss Perry, and of course yung fans namin sa Pasig and parents ko nasa US.
Thank you so much, Josan. Congratulations to you and your team. Back to you, Noel and Nico.
So Pasig has done Muntinlupa a favor for now, but can Muntinlupa win later on? We will find out. Officially, Pasig Santa Lucia has now clinched the number 4 spot with a 79-74 win over Makati. But up next, more fireworks as the Now City, already eliminated, try to ruin the playoff ambitions of the All-Star Bacolod Ballers Bingo Plus. We will have that for you. For Nico Quintong, my name is Noel Zarate. We'll see you for the second game of our triple header on the final day of the Filbasket Summer Championship presented by Puregold.